I'm trying to get rid of the reflection in my eye, but it's not working. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Hey, I actually got the idea for this video from talking to Justin, and we were just talking about how we take our Instagram pictures, and it's actually really simple. I do take a lot of photos of my Sailor Moon collection. There's way better photos than what I take. I thought that I would just give my tips for what I do. I just thought it would be fun and perhaps educational. I don't think so, but it could be helpful for those of you who have a giant collection of stuff that you want to take pictures of. Off the top, this is not how to take a good selfie because I don't know how to take a good selfie. First, I'm gonna talk about lighting. A lot of people who are like professionals and take photos professionally, they have lights. And for me, if I want to make my entire house light, then I have to turn on all my lights, get some lamps, put it around my table that I take my pictures, and it will turn out to be orange or blue, and it just won't look great. Because I don't have a professional lighting kit, I have to rely on the outdoor light source. So that is my biggest tip, which is ridiculous because it's like not difficult at all. But some people don't know about lighting, so all I do is I wait for a super bright day and I take as many photos as I can on that day because you never know if it's gonna rain the next day or just be dark, cloudy. I make sure that there is natural light coming in through my window, which is like right now. If I'm super lazy or very busy and I don't have a lot of time, I usually just use a plain white background. I just put whatever it is on that plain white background. A good tip is to use a white piece of paper, and you can put it on any flat surface and take your photos on that. If I have to do it somewhere that isn't on my white table, then I will get a piece of white paper and put it down. If I have a little more time, which seems really lazy because this doesn't take that much extra effort, I would say half the time I use the white background and then half the time I make my background. This applies to anything. If you aren't into Sailor Moon, what else are people into? I feel like people are into a lot of stuff. If you take pictures of your makeup or other toys, if you have other collections. For me, I take pictures of my Sailor Moon collection. I have a decent sized Sailor Moon collection, so it's a lot easier for me to come up with some sort of background. I actually use a lot of the clear file folders. I use this one when it's a little more elegant. I won't go through all of this stuff because I have so much, but yeah, I have a bunch of clear file folders that I use for the backgrounds of my photos. I have some posters that I also use. Not everyone's gonna have this kind of stuff available. It doesn't have to be Sailor Moon. Like, you can go to any place that sells like folders and just get like a polka dot one or like something with stars or just something prettier than a white piece of paper. It's so easy once you have the idea in your head. But notebooks, and again, you can get like a generic notebook that just has like a cool print on it. This one I got from Hobby Link Japan. This one I got in Japan. I put a lot of like my magical items on this one because it is covered in magical items. Also, I use books. So this is an old manga. I love this one as a background. It is a Sailor Moon crystal book. I have like tons of magazines and books and whatever. You kind of just gotta be a little creative, come up with something that is a nice background. I just really like this folder. Shiny pink. It's like a big foam sticker from the dollar store, and it's pink and sparkly. And for pins, I just poke them through the foam so that they're all kind of flat, so that when I put it down, it'll all look flat and perfect. This is something that you can just use as a normal background. It's pink and shiny, and it was less than $1, so it doesn't have to cost a lot. Sometimes when I want to go all out, I will put shiny things in the picture. These are all from the dollar store, so again, it's not like super expensive. That's just an extra decor if I want to make it look really pretty and cute. That's the base of the stuff that I use for my photos. As I said, I just wait for it to be light out. But I do have a tip for if it's like kind of dark and kind of cloudy. What I usually do is I will either take a hard book, something like this, I'll put it right on my windowsill, and open the curtain wide, and then put a white piece of paper or cardboard or whatever on top of it, and then I put the item on top of that, and then I take the photo. And usually, depending how dark it is, I mean, if it's like a torrential storm and it's like pitch black outside, it won't work. But if it's just kind of cloudy, then usually you can get a decent photo and you won't tell that it's super dark out. Multiple times a week do I have photo shoots for my toys. I feel like I'm not the only one. I hope I'm not the only one that does that. I'm just gonna do a mini photo shoot. Actually, maybe I'll do a couple of setups to show you guys what I do. I'm gonna take some photos now. None of these things go together. This one is smaller than this one, so it gets kind of a shadow. So I'll also adjust it so that the lighting is good. If I do it this way, you can't really tell in the video, but I start getting a shadow around here. I try and face the camera away from the light source so the light is coming in this way. So I put my phone in this way so that I'm not getting the reflection. See, like if I do this, I try and make sure that there's nothing blocking the light coming in from the light source, if that makes sense. So for pins, I'm using this foam sheet. There we go. I try and make it so that it extends past the pins, because then when I go close up, it won't look like any space is empty. So if all you have available is a piece of white paper, super easy, white background. Okay, and now I'm gonna show you my last setup. If there were clouds in the sky right now, this is what I would do. Hard book on the windowsill. If you do have any questions, comment below and I'll answer. Thank you, see ya, bye.